The following portion of Acadiana Live is sponsored by Matthew James Financial Group.
It's Tuesday, and that means John Blanchard has more tips for us as we prepare for retirement. Let's see what John has for us this week. Having an inheritance can make a big difference in your life, but the generosity of loved ones can also create challenges and even a bit of a headache. Joining me now is Acadiana's retirement strategist, John Blanchard. John is a financial professional with Matthew James Financial Group, and he's a popular radio show host. John, whenever loved ones give us their property or maybe some money and we inherit that after they pass, what's the first thing someone should do whenever they inherit something?
Well, you got to look at how it's inherited, what type of asset it is. I mean, there's one thing whenever you get a home, and whenever someone passes away, let's say for the home, from a home situation, what you definitely want to do is get that home appraised, because you need to get a step up in basis. So within roughly, you want to do that within a 6-month window. I think the timeline's a little bit longer, but what you want to do is get that home appraised, because whenever they've purchased that house or maybe built that house maybe decades ago, it had a certain cost basis to it. But now what you got to do is get it appraised for what the current value is, because whenever you sell it, what they're going to do is use the step up of whatever it's valued at today. So let's say if they bought a house or built a house and value was $100,000, and let's say now today's current market value is $300,000, and then let's say you hold on to it for a couple of years and sell it for, let's say, $350,000. Well, your capital gain is only going to be $50,000. But let's say if you don't do that and there's no step up in basis, then your cost base is $100,000. So now that's a significant amount of money that you have to pay in taxes.
Now, obviously, this can get a bit messy, so what should we be aware of or maybe wary of things that may go wrong? So
you list whoever you want as your beneficiary, your spouse, children, nieces, nephews, maybe a friend, a sibling. So what happens is that avoids probate. Then you have things that could go through probate. And in certain situations, that might be a good thing. Just let it go through probate. There's a succession that goes through, which is fine. Whenever you start doing estate planning, you got to be careful on what you're doing, because you might be taking an asset you're putting inside of a trust, and then it becomes taxed inefficiently. And so we have to look at those things, and it's not a yes, you have to do this. It's a if scenario. So we have to look at the dynamic of what's going on to make the right decision moving forward.
And why is it so important for those inheriting money or property to speak with a financial professional?
Depending on what type of asset it is, and if it's in a taxable scenario where you have a gain that you got to pay on it, you get dividends off of something, or maybe it's a tax-deferred investment, such as an IRA or 401k. The rules have changed, so whenever someone inherits that, that's not a spouse. So let's say that the husband passes away and leaves that money to the spouse. Well, she can basically withdraw a minimal amount of money each year for the longevity. But for a non-spouse beneficiary, whenever they receive money from an IRA, they don't have a stretch capability anymore, which is what we used to have. Now they have to exhaust that asset in 10 years. So the amount of taxes that they pay on it is significant. So we have to look at that and figure out, okay, what's the best plan of action?
For you at home, if you would like to learn more about preparing for retirement, John has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers, he's offering a no-charge, no-obligation, full-blown income plan just for you. This will allow John to schedule an office meeting, phone call, or video call so we can speak with you personally and provide you with a roadmap going forward. Again, all at no cost. The number to call now is 337-366-8366. Thanks so much, John.
No problem at all.
We'll see you guys next week for another Taxes and Retirement Tuesday.